Buenas and half a day. The Committee on Rules hereby convenes this meeting. For the record, today is Monday, December 10th, 2018, and the time is now 8:38 a.m. Our core director, Ms. Mary Maravilla, will now call the roll of members.
Chairwoman Régine Biscoe Lee.
Buenas, Gaigiat.
Senator Thomas C. Atta. Acting Speaker Therese M. Terlahi. Senator Frank B. Uggan Jr. Senator Talina Cruz Nelson. Senator Dennis G. Rodriguez Jr. Senator Joe S. San Augustine. Senator Michael F. Q. San Nicolas. Senator James V. Espaldon. Senator Mary Camacho Torres. Senator Fernando B. Esteves. Madam Chair, you have a quorum.
Situs Mahasi. Does the chair hear a motion to excuse members not present? Moved by Senator Espaldon, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. We'll also give you an opportunity to take a look at our meeting minutes from the core meeting November 21st. So we'll take a few moments to do that.
Madam Chair, I move that the minutes be accepted, subject to any administrative corrections.
Thank you, Senator San Augustine. Seconded by Senator Espaldon. Any objections? Hearing none, motion carries. We'll now move to our core business and the Legislative Secretary report for document tracking for Liheslaturan Guåhan. 18 appointments submitted by the governor are pending as of today. I'd like to state for the record that 8 appointments have met their potential due date, and they are Patrick L. Hines, Public at Large Member, Government of Guam Retirement Fund Board of Trustees; Dr. Robert L. Haddock, Veterinary Representative, Guam Board of Allied Health Examiners; Dr. Kia Ramani, Member, Guam Board of Medical Examiners; Jason L. Cruz, Governor's Appointee, Guam Regional Transit Authority Board; Richard K. Olmo, Archaeologist Alternate, Guam Historic Preservation Review Board; James B. Kirk, Construction Industry Representative, Guam Contractors License Board; and Dr. Michael Bavacqua, PhD, Member, CAHA. The committees are aware that of these potential due dates. With regard to zone changes, 15 zone changes transmitted by the governor, and all have been approved by the governor's office. 12 proposed rules and regs have been submitted thus far, and all are in compliance with Public Law 34-32. For more information, we invite all of you and the public to please visit our website at guamlegislature.org.
Chair. Yes. Madam Chair, I believe the last or few committee of rules meeting, I did report that the two appointments that you've mentioned, Dr. Robert Haddock, that appointment was withdrawn. The appointee had requested that his nomination be withdrawn. And the appointment of Dr. Kia Ramani, the committee had scheduled a few hearings, confirmation hearings. The appointee didn't show up, and so we did what we could. And so I believe I reported that in the last court meeting as well. Just want to say that for the record.
Sujus Masi. Acting Speaker?
Yes, I'd also like to remind the committee that at the last meeting we mentioned that the letter of withdrawal of the nomination of Richard Olmo had been submitted to our office, and so he's withdrawn his eligibility.
Thank you. The committee notes that Dr. Robert L. Haddock and Richard K. Olmo have both been withdrawn, and Senator Rodriguez gave us an update on Dr. Kia Ramani. Thank you very much, Senators. We'll now move on to our session agenda. Committee reports for the following items have been duly filed with the Committee on Rules. In old business, Bills 5, 6, 18, 29, 39, 57, 81, 104, 114, 154, 163, 164, 166, 171, 188, 195, 221, 232, 233, 247, 260, 261, 264, 286, 291, 298, 320, 325, 331, 332, 334, 337, 338, 343, 348, 362, as well as resolutions number 107 and 493 are available. The following have been passed on file in previous sessions: bills number 74, 75, 147, 211, 214, 327, and 347, as well as Bill 318, which was set aside in a previous session. Bill number 226 was sent back to committee. And in terms of new business, we have bills number 32, 361, and 363, which have submitted committee reports to the Committee on Rules. Are there any motions to place these items on session agenda? I'll recognize Senator Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, move to place Bill 363-34 on session agenda.
That's Bill 63 as introduced, moved
yes,
by
ma'am.
Senator Rodriguez. Do you mind reading the title?
Okay, let me find it. 363, an act to grant and approve the qualifying certificate negotiated by Cortec Captive Insurance Corporation and the Guam Economic Development Authority, qualifying certificate number 255, GITA document 180293, to rebate income taxes.
Thank you, Senator. That's Bill 363 as introduced, moved by Senator Rodriguez. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator San Agustin. Any objection to Bill 363? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Rodriguez?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I believe Bill 350, which I want to place on the agenda, as according to the Committee of Jurisdiction that it was reported out. I'd like to place that on the agenda. That is relative to approving an amendment to an existing license agreement with the Chamorro Land Trust Commission and to provide an annual continuing appropriation from the Recycling Revolving Fund to provide payment for a prior year obligation resulting from a 2001 license agreement executed by the CLTC for 25,000 metric tons of metallic waste removal from the island of Guam.
I just need to verify, I don't believe that the committee report has been uploaded onto the website, but we'll try to do that as soon as we get into session or before we get into session. But the committee report has been received by the Committee on Rules. So that's bill number 365 as introduced?
350.
I'm sorry, 350 as introduced or as amended?
I'm not sure what, I think as introduced.
As introduced. Moved by Senator Rodriguez, seconded by Senator San Agustin. Any objection? There's been an objection.
I just want to clarify that 350, the committee report, is still being circulated. Yeah, so it's not uploaded yet, but it's being circulated.
So, Madam Chair, I withdraw, and now with my intention to move it on the floor once the committee report has been filed.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
So, my
Senator,
next bill?
Yes.
My next bill is Bill 57-34.
357?
57.
And if you could just read the title. It's on
This
page
is
2.
relative to granting the Guam Emergency Medical Services, EMS Commission, the authority to expand the scope of emergency medical services and to implement a community paramedic outreach program. And this is as corrected by the prime sponsor.
Sitos Masi. Bill 57 as corrected has been moved by Senator Rodriguez. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator San Agustin. Any objections to Bill 57? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you, Senator Rodriguez. Senator Atta, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I move to place Bill 154-34, that is the sign bill. The bill which would authorize the erection of off-premise signs and the regulation thereof.
Thank you, Senator Atta. That's Bill 154 as corrected and amended by the committee. Moved by Senator Atta. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Rodriguez. Any objection to Bill 154? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Atta?
I just want on Bill 1454, I just want to also qualify that that is being taken on under your quota. I would also like to move since it appears that we may, I don't know, I don't think we've set the ground rules. Are we going to have like last session?
I apologize. I'll be recognizing members in order, and then each member will be allowed to move 2 bills for the first round, and then we can have a discussion in terms of how lengthy our agenda is, and then we can consider moving additional bills at that time. But I'd like to entertain at least the top 2 priority bills first, and then we can move on if other members wish to add additional bills onto the agenda.
Okay, fine. So then Bill 154 is going to be one of, yes. I'd also like to move Bill 298-34 as amended. It's an act to authorize the sale of Lot 31, Block 2, in the municipality of Derido, consisting of 274 square meters, which is an abandoned, undeveloped easement. It's basically used as a sinkhole right now. And the proceeds from this sale will go into the Chamorro Land Trust Survey and Infrastructure Fund. And I believe this bill would also go under the allocation of Senator Lee.
Thank you, Senator Atta. That's bill number 298 as amended by the committee. Moved by Senator Atta. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator San Agustin. Any objection to bill 298? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Atta.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to move Bill 343-34. It's an act to exempt Lot B1 in Tumon from the alienation and reverted clause as stipulated in Public Law 21-14.
Thank you, Senator Atta. That's bill number 343 as introduced, moved by Senator Atta, seconded by Senator San Agustin. Any objection to bill 343? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Atta, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For this second bill, I move to place Bill 348-34 as introduced. It's an act to authorize Imagalahing Guåhan to sell a portion of Old Legazpi Street in Oldagania for a total of 203 square meters to the estate of Artemio Ilagan. These are basically remnant corner pieces that the owner is asking to purchase in order to square off their lots.
Thank you, Senator Atta. That's bill number 348, moved by Senator Atta. Do I hear seconded by Senator San Agustin? Any objection to bill 348? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you, Senator Atta.
Thank you. And I guess that finishes my second round.
Yeah, and if we have some time,
Sure,
we'll try to come back around. Senator San Agustin, you're recognized.
Madam Chair, I'd like to add Bill 318-34, which was set aside at the previous session. That deals with the bingo. That's specifically, let me read the 318, that's correct. An act to amend section 64.70C1A and add new subsections G through J to 64.70 of Chapter 64, Article 2, Title 9, Guam Code annotated relative to premises on which bingo operation may be held, annual reporting, payments to individuals, and bingo equipment.
Bill number 318 as corrected, moved by Senator San Agustin. Do I hear a second?
Has the bill been substituted again since we were in session?
No, as a matter of fact, Madam Vice Speaker, the amendment that she requested, Senator Nelson, I would be introducing that on the floor. Exactly what she recommended.
All right, thank you.
For
Thank
the bill.
you. The bill number 318 as corrected has been moved by Senator San Agustin, seconded by Senator Espaldon. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator San Agustin.
I'd like to add bill number 32-34 as corrected by myself and the Committee on Appropriation and Adjudication. An act to amend section 28202A and 28202C of Article 2, Chapter 28, Title 17, Guam Code annotated relative to the tuition and fees benefit for merit award recipients under the Student Financial Assistance Program for Higher Education.
That's bill number 32 as corrected, moved by Senator San Agustin. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Espaldon. Any objections to 32-34? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Acting Speaker?
I don't have any bills to move, but I do have a bill that's having a public hearing this week, and hopefully if there's time, I would like to move that during session. Thank you.
Masi.
Bill 327.
Senator Uggan.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I have a couple of pieces of legislation. The first one is Bill number 331-34 COR, which is an act relative to approving the architecture and engineering design for the rehabilitation and improvement of the Harmon Industrial Park roadway per Article 7 of Chapter 77, Title 12, Guam Code annotated.
I apologize, Senator Uggan. Can you repeat the bill number?
Bill number 331-34.
Bill number 331 as introduced, moved by Senator Uggan. Do I hear a second?
Yeah.
Seconded by Senator Espaldon. Any objection to Bill 331? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Uggan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Senators. Bill number 334-34, which is relative to extending the timeline for obtaining exemptions and exceptions for social work licensure upon the promulgation and enactment of the rules and regulations.
Thank you, Senator Uggan. Bill number 334 as introduced has been moved by Senator Uggan. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Acting Speaker Terlahi. Any objection?
Yeah, but that's gonna be the third piece. I'm sorry, as a matter of fact, Madam Chair, the good senator is inquiring about Bill number 364-34 with regards to the authorization to allow the use of a Talafofu parcel of property for a sports complex. And I was taking a look at the status update from the committee on the report, and it doesn't state that, in fact, the committee has reported it out. So that's what I wanted to bring up as a third option subsequent to the completion of all the senators.
Suzus Masi. So on Bill 334, it's been moved by Senator Uggan, seconded by Acting Speaker Terlahi. Any objection to 334? Hearing none, motion carries. And Senator Espaldon, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, on behalf of Senator Castro, I move Bill number 332-34 COR onto the session agenda, and this is relative to naming and dedicating the Sinahaña Central Precinct as the Lieutenant Concepcion Connie Belahaja Dueñas Police Station.
That's Bill number 332 as introduced, moved by Senator Espaldon. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Rodriguez. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Espaldon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, also on behalf of Senator Estevez, I move for Bill number 291-34 COR onto the session agenda, and this is relative to allowing individuals to change a legal sex designation on their birth certificates.
291. It's on
291.
page 3 of our agenda. And that's as introduced?
That is as introduced, Madam Speaker.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Senator Espaldon has moved Bill 291. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Rodriguez. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries.
That's all for now, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Madam Chair, just a question. There are three bills that the chairman on the Committee on Public Safety and had placed on the agenda. I just wanted to check if we would have to replace them on the agenda or if they're still going to be present because we didn't move on them.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, so all of the bills in the past agenda have been set aside, and we are placing, this is a new exercise where we're starting from scratch. So all of those bills would need to be moved again, either in this meeting or in motions on the floor.
Okay, at that time then, Madam Chair, I'd like to place Bill 325-34. And just one moment.
Page 4.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Bill 325-34, an act to amend Section 12311 of Article 3, Chapter 12, Title 12, Guam Code Annotated, relative to the 911, E911 surcharge and the 911 surcharge and the enhanced 911 emergency reporting system fund, and to creating a criminal liability for violations of said article.
Bill number 325 has been moved by Senator Estevez. Do I hear a second? I apologize. Bill 325 as amended.
Correct.
Moved by Senator Estevez, seconded by Senator San Agustin. Any objection to 325?
That's a Nelson bill.
Yes, Senator Nelson.
All right.
Hearing none, motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would also like to move Bill 337-37. Pulling up the title here, but Bill 337-34 is a bill that requires minimum qualifications for the position of the Director of Customs. I can find the title here, or the full title of my colleague.
It's an act to amend subsection 3127 of Chapter 3, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to mandating the qualification requirements of the Director of Customs and Quarantine Agency. That's Bill 337 as corrected by the Prime Sponsor, Tilina Cruz Nelson. And that's been moved by Senator Estevez. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Uggan. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. So just Masi colleagues will...
Madam Chair, I had one more. Okay, I got it. Madam Chair, I would like to move the third bill under my name. You said it's two bills per senator? It was for Senator Nelson. Those were two for Senator Nelson. I'll go ahead and move the third one as a second bill for me for this session.
Madam Chair, I think that would be, if I may, I think it may be appropriate since he only had one. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The third bill, or the second bill for my agenda would be Bill 338-34. The title is an act to amend Section 3113 of Chapter 3, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, relative to mandating the qualification requirements of the Director of Department of Corrections.
Thank you, Senator Estevez. Bill 338 as corrected by the Prime Sponsor, Tilina Cruz Nelson, moved by Senator Estevez. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Uggan. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Estevez, you're recognized.
That's all. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Madam Speaker, from the Committee on Appropriations. So the bills that I moved were from the Committee on Land.
Senator Atta, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Although the committee report is still being circulated, I guess I should just say that I intend to move, then either we put it on the agenda now or I'm going to move it. I would intend to move it on the floor. That's Bill 374-34, which is the real property tax clarification.
Madam Chair, I believe one of our prior colleagues also had a piece of legislation that is being circulated with the committee report, and he suspended adding it to the session agenda. So if I can ask the Senator to also await until the conclusion of that committee report.
Yes, absolutely, Senator Uggan. So he's just noting it, and we'll
then,
note it for the record.
Thank you. So then I also would like to just note the intention of the Committee on Appropriations. The committee report is being circulated for Bill 381, which is the Guam Election Commission supplemental budget.
Okay. Thank you very much. Senator Rodriguez, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, for my third item, I'd like to place Bill 347-34.
347.
347-34. This is an act to designate Route 7 as Korean War Veterans Drive.
That's Bill 347 as introduced.
That's
This
correct.
bill was passed on file in our last session. Moved by Senator Rodriguez, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection to 347? Hearing none.
Madam Chair, if I may, if we do have time, I do have a public hearing on Bill 380-34 later on this week. And if there is time to place it on the agenda, I do intend to place that bill on the agenda. It's relative to exempting from criminal and civil penalties those engaged in the home cultivation of medical cannabis and extending prohibition, restrictions, and limitations over the same.
Sejus Masi, Senator Rodriguez. Senator Atta, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Chair. I have Bill, I'd like to move Bill 361 as amended. Bill 361-34 as amended. It's an act allowing the landowners of the strip of land east of Route 1 in the municipality of Jigo from Our Lady of Lourdes up to track 9210 to voluntarily rezone their lots to commercial zone C. I believe Senator San Augustine wanted to move that on.
Sejus Masi, that's bill number 361, colleagues, as amended, moved by Senator Atta, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection to 361?
To clarify, Madam Chair, since there have been two bills moved by each of the sponsors already, these third bills would be last on the agenda.
Yes, absolutely. That's why we're going in this order. So in the order that the bills were received, we have 18 so far. And these are just, this is one additional opportunity for everybody to get perhaps an additional member onto, additional measure onto our agenda.
All right. I'm just concerned, I guess, because there are some that are pending hearing or committee reports, and they're also being moved. So I guess...
No, they are not being moved.
Oh, they're not being moved today. Okay.
They're just
all right.
noting
Thanks.
it for
Okay.
the members of the body and the public as well.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So that was Bill 361, moved by Senator Atta, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Yeah. Any objection to 361 as amended? Hearing none, motion carries.
And so, Madam Chair, if I may, I am having a public hearing tonight and tomorrow night on a total of 4 bills. And so I just want to put this out for planning purposes in terms of seeing how many bills we have on the agenda and if we have to work extra hours or whatever. But if I may, Bill 369 is being publicly heard tonight at 5:30. It's to sell 581 square meters of the old De La Corte Street right here in East Agana. And this is a bill that basically the proceeds from that sale of about $100,000 would go into the Chamorro Land Trust Survey and Infrastructure Fund. I'm also having a public hearing on Bill 370, which is an act to authorize a commercial lease between the mayor of PT and the Municipal Planning Council and the Guam Telephone Authority for a lot that has been under the administrative jurisdiction of the PD mayor. And this is a bill that would essentially provide annual revenues of about $20,000 to the municipality for their use to develop their community facilities. Tomorrow evening, I'm having a public hearing on Bill 357, which is a bill that would authorize the exchange of 324 square meters of government land with a private property of the same size in order to correct an encroachment of the Ganya Heights sports facility. And finally, tomorrow evening, also a public hearing on Bill 376, which is to authorize the governor to sell the remainder of that Government of Guam lot to the contiguous landowner. So I put that out, Madam Chair, for planning purposes. I hope to move that on the floor once the committee report is put out.
Thank you, Senator Ada. Senator San Augustine, you're recognized.
Yeah, Madam Chair, it was listed on the old business. It's Bill 332-34. It's for clarification.
So that was moved by Senator Espaldon on behalf of Senator Castro, seconded by Senator Rodriguez, and it's been placed on our agenda. Senator Uggan, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I do have a piece of legislation that was alluded to a little earlier regarding Bill number 364-34 COR, providing for the use of a parcel of property in Talafofu, the use of lot number 1, block 14, tract 2831, municipality of Talafofu, for the purpose of constructing a recreational sports facility, and authorizing the office of the mayor of Talafofu and the municipal planning council of Talafofu to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Guam Football Association for the use of said real property for a term not to exceed 30 years.
Okay.
But Madam Chair, I was looking at the committee report by the Committee on Rules, and apparently the hearing was conducted on the 15th of November, but it does not represent it being reported out. So I need to understand the status of this legislation, because like the chairman of the Committee on Land alluded to a little earlier, we've been receiving communications over the past weekend and the last 3 weeks in regards to urging the members of this body to consider this legislation.
Thank you, Senator. Again, Senator Ada, do you have an update?
The bill has the bill has been reported out.
Then in that case, I'd like to move for the placement of Bill 364-34 COR on the agenda.
I believe the committee report was finally submitted just last week. So that's probably why.
We can move forward on it. Senator Uggan, moved by Senator Uggan. This is Bill 364 as introduced.
Yes. Or I apologize.
It's as introduced. You'll have to make the amendment on the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Moved by Senator Uggan, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator.
Thank you, Madam Chair. On behalf of the Committee on Public Health, or my apologies, Public Safety, I'd like to move Bill 368-34. It's an appropriations bill for the conservation officers. I believe the committee report was submitted for uploading under the Committee of Appropriations. Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. There's then the intention, just for public note, to move it on.
Thank you, and that was Bill 368?
Correct.
Okay.
Let me confirm. 368. Correct, 368-34.
Duly noted. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll now move on to extension of remarks. The chair now opens up the floor for further discussion.
Madam Chair, are we placing any appointments on the agenda? Okay. I apologize. I thought we were just dealing with legislation previously. Madam Chair, I'd like to move for the placement of the appointment of the following individuals to the Guam Building Code Council: Mr. Brent Weiss, Mr. William Miller, and Ms. Robin Valdez.
Thank you, Senator. We'll take those one by one.
Separately?
So,
Okay.
Senator Senator Uggan has moved Mr. Brent Weiss
Yes, to the Guam Building Code.
to the Guam Building Code. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Espaldon. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Uggan?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Senators, the appointment of Mr. William G. Miller Jr. to also the Guam Building Code Council.
Moved by Senator Uggan, seconded by Senator Espaldon. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries.
Thank you,
Senator
Senators. Thank you, Madam Chair. The appointment of Ms. Robin May Valdez also to the Guam Building Council.
Sujus Masi. Moved by Senator Uggan, seconded by Senator Espaldon. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. The chair now opens the floor for further discussion.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair, before we adjourn, can I make one more motion? Can we just put Bill number 347 first on the agenda? I think that's something that we can dispose of quickly. Yeah, and
Objection.
then while the clerk prepare. Pardon?
Objection.
Oh, objection. All right, then I'll withdraw that. I'm just trying to get a bill that we can take care of while the clerks are preparing the rest of the bills. Is there any other suggestion, Senator, that?
We'll take it in the order of the numerical sequence.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Objection, yes.
Sujus Masi. Senator San Augustine?
Motion to adjourn, Madam Chair.
Senator San Augustine is moved to adjourn, seconded by Senator Espaldon. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. The Committee on Rules hereby adjourns this meeting at 9:20 a.m. Sujus Masi.